now, man. Fragi trying to get behind the shield. He's so low, though. Can they keep him alive? The Coalescence trying to do it. No, just a Moira on their side. They managed to keep him alive. He was on like 50 health. He's charging in.
He's going.
Oh, we're going pure Fragi right now. That long-range charge. Beauty in a nutshell right there, guys.
Beautiful charge.
The professional gaming career of Philadelphia Fusion's Fragi is certainly an interesting one. Laine is a 27-year-old Finland native, best known by his handle, Fragi, whose gaming career is defined by his aggressive tank play, which has been seen in titles like the World of Warcraft, Dota 2, and most notably as the main tank of the Overwatch League team, the Philadelphia Fusion. Before his time as the Fusion's main tank, Fragi was a member of the prolific PvE guild in the World of Warcraft called Paragon. For a time, Paragon was considered to be one of, if not the absolute best PvE guild in the world, having many world-first clears on various raids. With his player character Fragi, or however it's pronounced, a paladin tank, Fragi was renowned for his aggressive playstyle, often prioritizing damage over survivability. For an MMORPG, this concept of tanking may seem counterintuitive to the role. However, this playstyle proved to be effective, notably during the High Mall raid. This raid was a patchwork encounter, meaning a fight that is mechanically simple but has its difficulty offset by requiring huge amounts of healing and damage in order to succeed. During the High Mall raid, Fragi was able to contribute greatly, being able to deal high damage that was crucial in the encounter, which helped his guild obtain that highly sought after first clear. Throughout the next few years, he remained with Paragon until 2016, where they dissolved, and he joined the guild Serenity. He continued to play with his new guild and often streamed their raids, but it eventually became clear that his interests were shifting to another title. Naturally, this other title was Overwatch, and it wasn't long before Fragi joined a team and dived straight into competitive play. Fragi and former Paragon guildmaster SADO joined the team SG1. SG1 was originally formed in the closed beta days of Overwatch by multiple Finnish pro gamers from titles such as CSGO, TF2, and WoW. However, SG1 was struggling as they had lost in their first 11 tournaments they had entered, resulting in consecutive losses and a few players leaving the team. Following their 8th straight first-round tournament loss, 2 players left the team. During this time, both Fragi and SADO joined SG1. While they still had an unproven record, they did take a few tournament wins at weeklies and other online tournaments. On August 2nd, 2016, the SG1 roster was signed by the esports organization NIP, or better known as Ninjas in Pyjamas, who were looking to venture into competitive Overwatch. Now, as Team Ninjas in Pyjamas, Fragi and his teammates continued their gradual improvement, claiming more first-place wins at Alienware Monthly Melee Europe November, and later Assembly Winter 2017, among several other tournaments. But despite their success, the team roster was released from the organization on June 21st, 2017, as NIP were unsure if the Overwatch League would be a worthwhile venture, dropping out of Overwatch entirely. Yet these players would still compete, now under the name Rest in Pyjamas. Rest played and placed 6th at Overwatch Contenders Europe, which proved to be crucial for many of these players' careers, as their placement earned their spot in Season 0 of Overwatch Contenders. However, when the team competed during the Contenders season in August 2017, they did so under their new Finnish sponsor, Gigantti, who had signed them on August 2nd, 2017. With a powerhouse roster consisting of Big Goose, Zappis, Shaz, Linkser, Davin, and of course Fragi, Gigantti would crush their European competition. Team Gigantti claimed their first major tournament win, claiming first place in Season 1 of Overwatch Contenders Europe. From this point, Team Gigantti continued to claim other minor tournament wins, but with the advent of the Overwatch League, it wasn't long until 5 of the 6 on the Gigantti roster found themselves on various Overwatch League team lineups, with Fragi joining the Philadelphia Fusion. Fragi has had a reputation throughout his Overwatch career, and now especially in the Overwatch League, for his near-suicidal style of aggressive playmaking, which more often than not involves a sneaky Reinhardt waiting in the shadows with his ult. or a crazy charge that somehow works. Throughout the first season of the Overwatch League, the Fusion have been a formidable team with their powerful offensive capabilities that has challenged and many times bested even the strongest teams in the league. The Fusion initially had a slow start during Stage 1, placing 7th in the rankings with a middling 6-4 record. However, Stage 2 was a completely different story. Thanks in part to some powerful additions to the team with Carpe and Eco, the Fusion overpowered several of the best teams throughout this stage. Notable victories include both their matches against LA Valiant and the Gladiators, as well as their victory over the London Spitfire during the Stage 2 semi-finals. The Fusion have proved to be a force to be reckoned with and nearly took the second stage title match but narrowly lost to NYXL 3-2. But despite their success during the second stage, Stage 3 was a struggle for the team. At the end of the Stage 3 standings, Fusion had a 5-5 record, suffering some disappointing but close matches against some of the top teams, including NYXL once again and the Boston Uprising, along with a surprise loss to the San Francisco Shock. But through the team's ups and downs, Fragi has been leading the charge as one of the starting main tanks. Fragi has maintained his aggressive tanks as a distraction ideology he has used in WoW and Dota 2, which can still be seen with how he plays Overwatch. With Fragi, he is either lighting up the kill feed or ends up a casualty himself. This stems from how he plays both Winston and Reinhardt. His previous experience in Dota 2 has also been useful to him in learning skill cooldown management, ult tracking, and of course, taught him to use tank characters to create space for his team, which he feels has helped him during teamfights. Naturally, he creates space through aggressive fire strike pokes, madman jumps, or Rein charges. If one thing can be said about Fragi, is that he never presses S. Not all in the Overwatch community agree or adhere to his approach to tanking. Many have called him out for feeding by pushing too far or attempting risky maneuvers without the full support of his team, which more often than not gets him killed. But sometimes, his reckless charges yield unexpected results. Of all the tank heroes we've seen him play, it's safe to say Reinhardt is without a doubt Fragi's most recognizable hero. Fragi plays Reinhardt more aggressively than any other player in the league. He can often be seen charging in with the DPS, hammer swinging. By constantly hitting enemies on the front line, Fragi gets tremendous amounts of ult charge very early on in a match, and often results in plenty of earth shatters being used. Of course, his most infamous play involves hiding or moving behind the enemy front line to surprise the entire team with an earth shatter. Not unlike others in the Overwatch League, Fragi's mouse settings include a DPI of 1600 and an in-game sensitivity of 2.5 or 5 for his tank heroes, translating to an EDPI of 4000 or 4800. This setup is fairly standard among pro tank players, allowing for them to quickly look around their surroundings, and for Rein specialists like Fragi, enables them to quickly turn and block incoming fire. Now going into the fourth and final stage of the first season of the Overwatch League, the Fusion still have a shot at playoffs. With the Brigitte meta now in full swing, Fragi's Reinhardt may be seeing more use and possibly may even involve new aggressive tactics that could give the Fusion the shot in the arm they need right now. Whether or not they have what it takes to make it to the playoffs remains to be seen, but one thing's for certain, we'll be keeping an eye out for more of Fragi's crazy tank play. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and share as it really helps out the channel quite a lot. Otherwise, for more content like this, be sure to check out some of our other profile videos. And of course, to stay up to date with all of our uploads, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified. Otherwise, thanks for watching.